How to stop your mental suffering and reaching your goals, your dreams, and your desires. How to make sure that you are successful without the suffering. Most of the mental suffering comes from only one thing: mindlessly following our thoughts, acting upon the bad ones, acting upon the negative ones. Think about it for a second. We don't control what we think. We don't control how many thoughts we have. Why would we follow mindlessly all of them? Your thoughts often have their own agendas, and they're not necessarily aligned with what it is that you are wanting in your life. They're not aligned with your best interest. They're aligned with what your lower or higher self really wants. There's a positive and a negative in every single one of us. Think about a cartoon. You see the devil and the angel on the shoulder. Keep that in mind while you listen to the rest of this video and while I explain to you how to get rid of your mental suffering, how to make sure that you stay unstuck and you become successful, how to reach your goals, your dreams, and your desires with healthy thinking patterns. Today we're diving into something that I got a question about just when I left the golf course. It's starting to rain over here, so I thought let's make a quick video about this to make sure that in less than 10 minutes you know how to stop your mental suffering, how to be more in control, and how to create the things that you actually had planned for yourself. But before we go any further, let's start with a simple exercise. I'm going to prove to you, you are not your thoughts. Close your eyes and do this for 30 seconds. Now try to control your thinking. Try to control what kind of thoughts you have. It's impossible, right? Your thoughts are just popping up. Now do the following. Try to stop your thoughts. No thoughts at all. Do it. Try it now. Again, impossible, right? So if you do not decide what kind of thoughts you have, if you can't stop your thoughts, who controls them? Therefore, your thoughts are not you. Or better put, you are not your thoughts. So if I am not the person that is in control of my thoughts, then what am I? Very simply put, you are just the observer of your thoughts. Imagine that you're at the airport at a conveyor belt and you're waiting for your luggage. See the luggage, see the suitcases now as your thoughts. There's two people downstairs in the basement throwing all the luggage on the conveyor belt that comes up to you. You don't know how many pieces of luggage will show up. You don't know when yours will show up. You don't know exactly what kind of color. You have no control. You're just looking at the conveyor belt and all your thoughts are just popping up. You are the observer, not the controller. The only very important thing that you do control is how much attention do you give the suitcases, the luggage that is showing up. Do you try to look for every single brand, for every type? How does this one look? How does this one work? How do you unfold this one? How do you open that one? Or are you just standing there observing all the suitcases, all the luggage passing by until you see yours? It's all about your focus. It's all about where do you put your attention. And the same goes for your thinking. The reason why most people suffer is because they are not aware of what kind of thoughts they give their attention to. They just let them come in unchecked, no matter how negative or damaging they are. If you have negative thoughts that tell you to get stressed, you start thinking in a way that will make you stressed. You will have stressful thoughts that actually activate your stress hormones. I used to be exactly the same way. I had no control over my addictive patterns. I had no control over my thoughts. And I thought that every single time that something negative came up in my head, that was my identity. That was exactly what I felt like. Mindlessly, robotically following my thoughts. I obeyed whatever came into my head, and I simply followed that little devil on my shoulder. The real power lays in stepping back, observing your thoughts, and picking the ones that are actually beneficial for you. It works like a muscle. You have to do this over and over and over again, and the more you do this, the better you get at this. That little devil on your shoulder, don't feed it. It grows and it gets stronger if you give it attention, if you put your focus there, if you give it your energy. Make sure that every single negative thought that pops up, you try to push it away, you try to starve the devil by focusing on the other thing. Make sure that you focus on something beneficial. Make sure you focus on something more positive. So we can't actively ignore the devil. What we have to do is focus on the other thoughts. Focus on something else. Take your focus away from the negative and put it on something positive. The devil only wants one thing. It wants to destroy you. It wants to keep you in your comfort zone. It wants you to be as miserable as possible. Would you listen to a person like that? So why would you choose to listen to those thoughts? Choose the angel on the other shoulder. Make sure that you listen to somebody that is there to cheer for you. It sounds easy, I understand. But again, it works like a muscle. The more you do this, the more you train yourself in doing this, the better you get at it and the stronger your neural pathway gets. Therefore, that habitual pattern of always focusing on the positives, have a more optimistic lifestyle, an optimistic outcome, and an optimistic view on things, that's exactly where you want to be and who you want to be. I'm not going to dig in that area because that's another video on my channel. So think about the devil and the angel. They are constantly at war. They're always fighting. And it all happens inside your thinking patterns. Both of them are constantly putting new luggage on your conveyor belt. And you choose which one you focus on. Are you going to focus on the negatives or on the positives? If you're going to focus on the negative luggage on your conveyor belt, go watch your Netflix. Don't work. Check another post on Instagram. Get into your addictive patterns. These are all choices that you have to be aware of. Do I follow my little devil, or do I fight it? Am I trying to starve him by not giving him my attention, but the attention goes to the positive, more optimistic thinking? So there is actually only one way. Starve the devil, feed the angel. Make sure that your positive thoughts grow, that they get stronger, they get more vivid. Every single time that you choose to follow your negative thinking pattern, that connection grows. So you decide which one is the stronger of the two. Change is the opposite of comfort. Comfort kills change. Every little bit of success requires patience, consistency, and work. Instant gratification? That is the exact opposite of success. The first step to success is understanding the seriousness of what I just explained. The second step is stop giving attention to the lower self. And again, I know this sounds easier said than done, but it gets easier with time. So the very first step is, what are my negative thoughts? What are my positive thoughts? Which ones are actually coming from the good side or the bad side? When you meditate, you can see the patterns in your thinking. You can discover, where are your thoughts going? Where is my behavioral pattern bringing me? Where is it taking me? And why are my thoughts changing in certain situations? You become more aware of what exactly is going on in your mind and in your external world. And again, by doing all of this work, you're not going to control your thoughts, but you'll be able to step back and become a better observer. And let me be very clear, you can't win every single battle. But even the most disciplined people give in sometimes. But the key is consistency. It's okay to give in or lose a battle here and there, but make sure that, let's say 9 out of 10, you're in control. So the goal is to win as often as you can. Every single time that you win, that connection, that neural pathway becomes thicker and stronger. You can recruit it easier, you can fall back on it because it now knows this is what we do. This is the decision pattern that we have. If you would like to get into journaling and meditation, I have a free to download success journal. Link is in the description. Drop me a message if you're interested in meditating, because I'm recording some of my own at the moment. Otherwise, I can send you a few beautiful links to help you becoming the observer at the conveyor belt instead of the one that is trying to control every single piece of luggage. Stop analyzing every single thing and become more of an observer. You become the observer by focusing on the present moment, understanding where the luggage is coming from. Whose luggage is it, the positive or the negative, and which ones do you want to take home? Here's the takeaway. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer. You decide which thoughts get your energy and therefore become reality. You control which side of you becomes stronger. That's the one that you feed the most. And you decide how strong you mentally will become. If you want to stop suffering, if you want to make sure that you feel mentally much better, make sure that you feed that positive self, that you feed positive thinking, and you look for optimistic outcomes. The rain is starting over here. Hopefully you learned a lot from this video. I would love to see you in the next one, and I want to thank you for spending some time with me over here. There's a homework assignment for you as well. Download link below in the description. Please do me one favor, share this with one person. It will only take 5 seconds out of your day. You would immensely help me, hopefully make the other person a little bit better as well, because they can stop suffering as well. And of course, it's going to give you a better feeling because you're helping 2 people at the same time. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you. I wish you all the best. Do the whole